For the proper design of any engineering components, the design engineer must have good knowledge of material. So I welcome you all in our educational channel Mechanical Pandit. First subscribe. An engineer must have good knowledge of the material and their properties. Basically, material is stuff by which an articles or utilities are made. There is wide range of material, metals, non-metals, which are available, which are designed for particular fabrication, service, and to make or to fulfill the need of society. The materials has to be chosen for a product such that it is able to get shaped and joined easily with other material. Shaping means casting, forming, machining, sintering, etc. Fabrication, that means castability, ductability, weldability, machinability and heat treatability. तब हीट ट्रीटमेंट हो सके, उसके ऊपर मशीनिंग कर सकें, वो डक्टाइल हो, वेल्डेबल हो. थर्ड कंडीशन इज सर्विस रिक्वायरमेंट, वह हीट रेजिस्टेंस हो, कोरोजिव रेजिस्टेंस हो, फटिग रेजिस्टेंस हो, या इजिली अवेलेबल हो, रीजनेबल कॉस्ट हो. दिस ऑल इंश्योर कंटिन्यूटी ऑफ कि प्रोडक्शन हमें चाहिए या प्रोडक्ट बनाना है तो मटेरियल अवेलेबल भी होना चाहिए और उससे वह प्रोडक्ट बनना भी चाहिए और हमारी नीड पूरी भी होनी चाहिए. क्योंकि हम मटेरियल की बात कर रहे हैं तो मटेरियल आज से नहीं, हजारों हजार साल पहले से आदमी के यूज में आ रहा है. क्योंकि स्टोन एज आप पढ़े होंगे पहले, जब इंजीनियरिंग मटेरियल या मेटल नॉन मेटल्स थे तो सब कुछ, बट ह्यूमन के नॉलेज में नहीं थे, इसलिए स्टोन एज उसको बोलते थे. फिर कॉपर एज आया, ब्रॉन्ज, आयरन एज, और अभी भी जो एज चल रहा है वह इंजीनियरिंग मटेरियल के साथ साथ स्मार्ट मटेरियल और पीजो इलेक्ट्रिक मटेरियल्स, स्टील, इन सब का समय है. तो इस तरह से हम लोग देखेंगे कि ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट कहाँ से कहाँ धीरे धीरे आगे बढ़ करके आज हम लोग यहाँ तक पहुँचे हैं. लास्ट 10 ईयर्स में सबसे ज़्यादा डेवलपमेंट हुआ है इंजीनियरिंग मटेरियल के साथ साथ स्मार्ट मटेरियल का. कोई एक जमाना था जब इस तरह के हेलमेट लोग लगाते थे और आज आप खुद देखते होंगे एक से एक डिजाइन वाले हेलमेट हैं, फिर भी लोग बाइक पे नहीं लगाते हैं. आप यदि हमारी बात सुन रहे हैं तो बाइक पर हेलमेट जरूर यूज करें, अपनी ज़िंदगी को पूरी तरह से सुरक्षित करें और एक अच्छे इंजीनियर के साथ साथ एक अच्छे नागरिक होने की भी जिम्मेदारी निभाएं. हम देखेंगे क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग मटेरियल्स. पहला मेटल्स एंड नॉन मेटल्स. मेटल्स में दो बच्चे, मेटल्स के दो बच्चे, फेरस एंड नॉन फेरस. फेरस दैट मीन्स कंटेन्स आयरन और नॉन फेरस दैट मीन्स नो आयरन. एल्युमिनियम, कॉपर, लेड, सिल्वर, टीन, जिंक. और फेरस में रॉट आयरन, कार्बन स्टील, एलवाई स्टील, कास्ट आयरन, ये सब हम लोग पूरा डिटेल में देखेंगे आज. उसी तरह नॉन मेटल में पॉलीमर्स एंड सिरामिक्स. इसमें भी बहुत तरह के हैं. थर्मोसेटिंग पॉलीमर्स, थर्मोप्लास्टिक, पीवीसी, पॉलीथीन, एक्राइलिक, रेजिन्स, फेनोफॉर्म, एल्डेहाइड, बेकेलाइट, पॉलिस्टर, रेजिन्स, रिफ्रैक्टरीज, एब्रेसिव, ग्लास, सीमेंट, कंक्रीट आर द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ सिरामिक्स. हम लोग सभी मटेरियल्स का एक ब्रीफ ओवरव्यू आज इस वीडियो में देखेंगे, इसलिए बड़े ध्यान से इसको देखिए. सबसे पहले नॉन मेटल्स के क्लासिफिकेशन है. मटेरियल्स यूज इन द डिजाइन एंड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स, दैट इज द प्लास्टिक. देयर इज ऑर्गेनिक मटेरियल. बेसिकली ऑर्गेनिक मटेरियल्स आर from the plant or animal origins and were once part of living organism. Essentially the organic materials have a complex structure and consist of different combinations and formulation of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and some other non-metallic elements. Similarly, inorganic material are compound of metallics and non-metallics, but it does not contain any animal or vegetable cells. Basically, ceramics, cement, glass, refractories, etc. comes under the inorganic material. Semiconductor, basically material which have conductivity between conductors, generally metals, and non-conductors or insulators. It's called semiconductors. Next one is the biomaterial that are very much used in natural or synthetic material which are suitable for introduction into living tissues. The biomaterials are employed in components implanted into human body for replacement of body parts. कई बार बोन या कुछ टिश्यू टूट जाते हैं तो वहां पे इस मटेरियल का यूज करते हैं. These materials must be compatible with human body or even living body and should not produce any kind of toxic effect. This is the example of acrylation. Wood, composites. Again, composite materials are a combination of two or more dissimilar materials. When combined, it becomes more stronger than the parent material. जो शुरू में मटेरियल था उससे बहुत ज़्यादा मजबूत हो जाता है. Ceramics, basically ceramics are extensively used in different products like glass, bricks, cement, catalytic converter, etc. मेटल्स, इसके बारे में बताने की जरूरत नहीं है, अभी हम लोग पूरा डिटेल में देखेंगे और चूंकि आप ऑलरेडी इसका यूज देखते हैं. फैब्रिक्स, लाइनन, कॉटन, नायलॉन. नाउ कम टू द प्लास्टिक. इट कैन बी फर्दर क्लासिफाइड एज thermoplastic. Basically, thermoplastic and thermosetting are two type of the plastics. Thermosetting is the compounds formed to shape under heat and pressure. The material gets soft when first heated, and further heating and applying the pressure, the final product is formed, which is permanently hard. PVC gutters are an example. Thermoset, these are the example of urea formaldehyde. Elastomers, that is the rubber. This is the application of rubber. Basically, rubber is a natural and elastic material. The natural rubber is known as latex. These are again example of rubbers. Tire, tubes, automobile, belts, conveyor, power transmission, vibration insulator, shoe industry, all places are used rubber. These are examples of thermoplastics, thermosets and wood. क्योंकि ये डे टू डे लाइफ में सबसे ज्यादा, खास करके घरों में सबसे ज्यादा यूज होता है. दिस इज द एग्जांपल ऑफ हार्डवुड, महोगनी. ये प्लाई मटेरियल आप देखते होंगे, प्लाईवुड. These are further examples. Composites. Basically, composite is a combination of two or more chemically distinct materials whose physical characteristics are superior to its constituent acting independently. Because of their high strength, stiffness to weight ratio, they are widely used in the aerospace industry, offshore structures, boats, sporting goods. Examples of composite materials include reinforced plastics, ceramic, metric, मेटल मैट्रिक्स, सिलेंडर लाइनिंग सिलेंडर पिस्टन में, लेमिनेशन में कंपोजिट मटेरियल्स यूज करते हैं। सिरामिक्स आर कंपाउंड of metallic and non-metallic elements. Examples include oxide. It is very much used in a spark plug. Carbides. It is one of the hardest material that are used to cut the metals. Nitrides. It is also used for the surfacing, finishing. Some of the advanced ceramics are further divided into two categories: traditional and advanced. One is example of traditional ceramics, and these are the advanced ceramics. Now come to the metals. Basically, metals and metals alloy are opaque, lustrous material. An alloy is a mixture of two or more metals. Its properties are quite different from those of the constituents material. That means alloy materials may have different property than their parent material. Metals and alloy are crystalline structure. It have lustrous appearance of high density, good conductors, malleable and ductile, undergo plastic deformation when stressed beyond elastic limit, amenable to heat treatment, capable of thermionic emission. They emit electrons when heated. Metals are grouped into ferrous and non-ferrous element. Because of their strength, toughness, wear resistance, dimensional stability, metals and alloy are used for the purpose of manufacturing. These are the ferrous material having iron content, and metals having no iron content is called non-ferrous material. Metals is an element, compound or alloy is good conductor of electricity and heat. Specific metal features are electrical and thermal conductivity, luster, malleability, ductility, metallic bonding. Electrical power generation and distribution are totally filled by the metals. Manufacturing tools like lathe, shape, planers, milling machine, drilling are manufactured with the help of only metals. Either it may be iron, ferrous or non-ferrous material. Iron most widely used from all metals. It is base metal. It has further different types like pig iron, the intermediate product of smelting iron, or with a high carbon fuel. It is of different categories like hematite, magnetite, limonite, silderite. The composition of pig iron depends upon the ore and type of coke used in its manufacturing. The carbon present may be in its natural state as graphite finally dispersed throughout the metals in the form of flakes, or it may be in the combined form. Basically, this is the structure or appearance of pig iron. Generally, some of the carbon is free and some are combined. The proportion of each depends on the rate of iron cooling. Pig iron is the principal raw material of all ferrous products. These are few of the examples of. Now, wrought iron, it is a ferrous metal containing less than 0.1% carbon. It is finely divided slag distributed uniformly throughout the metals. It is obtained by burning away carbon from molten iron and subjecting the product to hammering and rolling. It has different characteristics like purest of all forms of iron. It is one of the purest form. Light blue in color, easy to harden and temper, resistance to shock and erosion, good ductility, bendability, without any crack, toughness. It has various applications, chains, crane hooks, steam and water pipes, shipyard, railway coupling, oil refineries. These are wrought iron. Now come to the cast iron. Basically further cast iron is divided into four categories. Cast iron is an alloy of iron and carbon. It is derived from the pig iron. It is obtained by remelting pig iron with quantities of scrap of iron and steel. Various steps are taken to remove undesirable contaminants such as phosphorus and sulfurs. The level of carbon goes from the 2 to 3.5%. The carbon may be present in free form or graphite or combined carbon, that is called cementite. Basically, grey white cast iron is the name after its white surface when fractured due to its carbide impurities. Grey cast iron is named after its grey fractured surface that you can see here, which occurs because the graphite flakes deflect a passing crack and initiate countless new cracks as the material breaks. The grey cast iron is ideal material for foundry work and is essentially an alloy of carbon and silicon with iron. Malleable cast iron. The malleable cast iron is obtained from hard and brittle cast iron through a controlled heat treatment process that separate the combined action of white cast iron into the nodules of free graphite. It can be further processed into malleable iron through a process of again heat treatment. It has different characteristics. It has high yield strength, high modulus of elasticity, wear resistance, good weldability and machinability, high damping capacity, can be easily hammered and rolled into different shapes. Next is nodular or ductile iron. The nodular or ductile cast iron has graphite not in the form of flakes but in the form of rounded particles called nodules or spheroids. So it is called nodular cast iron. It is produced in thicker pieces compared to those in malleable cast iron. Ductile iron is another name given to nodular cast iron. It has high fluidity and castability, good machinability, high resistance to wear, vibration damping capacity. It has various applications like pipe fittings, pumps, compressor, wheel, earth moving machinery, agricultural equipments, power transmission equipments, machine casting, which are subjected to bending and vibration, and these all properties are related and compared within the cast iron itself. These are few of the properties of cast iron. It has low tensile but high compressive strength, has low melting point, good fluidity in molten state, it resists the deformation, it resists the oxidation, high resistance to wear and abrasion, damping and lubricating. Now come to the steel. Basically steel is an alloy that consists of iron and carbon. Carbon varies from 0.2% or I can say 0.18%, that is the composition of ferrite, to the 2.11% by percentage of mass. Carbon is most commonly alloying material for iron, but various other alloying elements are used in this in a very low percentage, such as manganese, chromium, vanadium, molybdenum, tungsten, etc. Due to mixing of all these materials, steel becomes more strong. It looks very good. Steel may be of plain carbon steel having carbon point, medium carbon 0.3 to 0.7%, and high carbon 0.7 to 2%. Now stainless steel, basically it is a steel alloy with aluminum of 10.5% to 11% chromium content by mass. It does not corrode. सबसे बड़ा खास बात यही है कि इसमें कोई भी रस्टिंग नहीं होती है, कोई भी स्टेन नहीं आता है, या वाटर में या कहीं भी आप रख दें, इसलिए ह्यूमन बॉडी के अंदर भी ड्यूरिंग ऑपरेशन वगैरह जनरली हम लोग सिर्फ स्टेनलेस स्टील यूज करते हैं। होम कुकवेयर में या टरबाइन वगैरह में, घड़ी में, ठीक है ना, ये सभी जगह हम लोग स्टेनलेस स्टील यूज करते हैं फ्रीक्वेंटली। High speed steel, it is commonly used for tools or cutting the hard material. It is one of the hardest material known. It can withstand high temperature without losing its hardness. This property allows high speed steel to cut faster than high carbon steel. Hence the name high speed steel. जितने भी आप टूल या किसी जमाने में जितने भी वार इंस्ट्रूमेंट देखते थे, वह हाई स्पीड स्टील का बना होता था। दिस इज दी मिलिंग कटर, अगेन ब्रोचिंग टूल, this is the cutting tool that you can see here. These are the tools that are used. They are the metal cutters. Copper and its alloys. Basically copper, it ranks next to iron in importance and wide range of application, but it is little bit costly, so it is not so much popular. It has good heat and electrical conductivity, it is resistance to corrosion, and when you mix copper with other material, it becomes either brass, bronze, cupro, nickel, copper nickel alloys material. Aluminium, again, it is with bluish cast. It is having light weight and too much strength. It is also called in local language white silver, the third most abundant element in the earth crust. It has low density and ability to resist corrosion, good conductivity. It is used in structural components, kitchen components or utility items. Zinc, corrosive resistance, near due to thin oxide film, used as coating for protecting steel. Galvanization is the process to apply protective zinc coating, and moreover zinc is also important for our health benefits. Many doctors write the tablets of the zinc. Also there are few foods which contains zinc, and zinc is very much essential component for our life. So zinc are widely used in the medical industry. Tin is also white, lustrous, soft, malleable, ductile, resistance to corrosion. You can see the various application of the tin. It is also called white metal, tin based alloy with amounts of lead, copper, antimony. These are also used in decorative items. It has no rusting properties, so it is also used in food, containing the food items. Again, decorative items. बचपन में आपको याद होगा, that is also made of, या स्कूल बॉक्स आप देखे होंगे, और ये तो जरूर आप देखे होंगे, दो पैसे बचाने के लिए बचपन में संघर्ष करते थे. दैट इज दी टीन. Lead, again metallic leads has bluish white color after being freshly cut, but it is soon tarnishes to a dull grayish color when exposed to air. That means it reacts with the air. Has shiny chrome silver luster when it is melted into a liquid. Soft, malleable, has little ductility. It is sponged. It is used storage batteries, converting, covering the electrical cables. It is also used in medical industry because it is compatible with the health. Ornaments, different types of lead. जब कभी lead बर्न होता है, जलता है, तो it looks like this. और इसकी जो स्मेल होती है बहुत ही गंदी स्मेल होती है. This is the atomic number of lead. Fabrics can be further classified as natural and synthetics that we very frequently see. Polyester kite जो यूजुअली हम लोग देखते हैं. These are the natural and synthetic fibers. Thank you very much for watching this video. Keep watching, share with your classmate and subscribe for further updates.